Hey, what is going on, guys? Yes, Season 8 has just been announced. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about what to expect with Season 8. Now, I'm not really going to cover map changes. As you probably know, the entire northeast of the map is going to be changed. But that's not what we're really going to focus on today. That's very easy to just have a look at on Google. We're more going to be thinking about what meta shifts we can expect when we're playing in Season 8 versus Season 7. And the first thing we have to talk about is that controller should be buffed back to the old aim assist. There should be no more of this L2 cooldown. It should just be exactly how it was before. If you want to tap L2 10 times a second, you get 10 snap-ons. I honestly think this is great. Do I think L2 is a little bit strong, like how it was before? Yeah, it can definitely be busted if you know how to use it at the right range. But the current state of aim assist is just wildly inconsistent. It's like it works half the time, and then it doesn't work, and then it works again. It's extremely frustrating to play controller when your aim assist only works 50% of the time. So you should be back to how it was before, which means that AR fights are going to be controllers' best place to be, right? If you're on controller and you know how to use L2, I highly recommend you go for AR fights because that's where you're going to have the biggest advantage. Let's move on to Reboot Fans. Reboot Fans is going to be a huge step forward because now, if you lose your teammate early on, you can just reboot them. That's amazing. I don't think very many people find it fun to die early and sit around for 20 minutes, right? So great change. And also, along with Reboot Fans, we're going to be seeing that it can, in a way, inflate the player count. So if you only have 20 people in squads, right? Let's say two teams fight, one team wins, but only one person survives. Well, that one person can reboot their three teammates and essentially make that lobby from 20 players to 23 players, right? So great change. Really excited for that. Let's talk about some of the weapon balancing. So the pump shotgun is going to get nerfed. So instead of having the crazy fast draw speed with the spaz, it should be nerfed down to the historical green and blue pump draw speed. That is an amazing change, okay? I have been saying this since the start of Season 7. The pump shotgun, the spaz, is too broken. It makes no sense that the gun that has the highest reward, because it does so much damage, has the lowest risk because it draws so unbelievably fast. If you have high ping, you literally basically cannot pre-fire an edit because by the time your game registers they made an edit, they've already pulled their gun and you're done. So amazing change, and what this means now is as soon as you get the blue pump, you're good to go. Like, there is no worries. The spaz is not a significant advantage over the blue pump. So really pumped for this change. Really excited for it. Let's next talk about the AR meta shifts. So Scar and Silent Scar are going to remain the same, but the AK is going to get nerfed. So instead of the AK doing 44, 46, 48 damage with blue, purple, gold, it will now do 36, 38, 40 with gray, green, blue. That's a massive nerf to the AK. I think in Season 7, the AK is very competitive with the Scar. Like, it's a 50-50 choice of which one you take. But now, ooh, the gray and green AK are bad. I would honestly say they're probably C tier. They're like a silenced pistol level gun. Like, they work, but not good. The Woo AK is still decent. So overall, I'd say the AK is on the fringes of viability, but really not great. What is going to get a huge buff, though, is the infantry rifle, right? It's going to get a slight damage nerf, but it's going to be a hit scan weapon, which is great because that means on controller it's actually usable. And I know even a lot of keyboard players are going to enjoy it being hit scan. And we're going to get the purple gold infantry. Great, because the infantry rifle is going to be another viable choice. If you're really accurate and you don't need your rifle to work at close range, the infantry rifle is a great choice. And this is exactly what I like to see. We're going to have three competitive choices with the Scar, Silenced AR, and infantry. And maybe the AK is on the fringes of viability with the blue one. So overall, that's a great meta. Really excited about that. It's a little sad the AK is getting nerfed, but it is what it is. You know, we're losing the AK, getting the infantry. It's all right. Next, we're going to talk about some miscellaneous items that are getting added. So the flintlock pistol is going to be added. Great. The flintlock pistol is a solid choice, and that's going to be another competitor in the shotgun follow-up class. While still only the pump shotgun will be viable, you can very comfortably run a compact SMG, silenced SMG, flintlock pistol, or hand cannon. All those are reasonable choices. I think this is going to be a really interesting meta of what you decide to run with your pump shotgun. So, great change. I don't think the flintlock is super broken, but it's a good, fun gun to use. Boom bow is getting added. Honestly, not a fan of the boom bow. I hate the fact that it does 100 damage splash. It's way too easy early game to just splash someone for 100 and take them out. I think that's silly. I would say they should nerf the splash damage to 99, but they haven't been making many non-historical balance changes lately, so I wouldn't bank on that. So overall, it's a little frustrating. But the boom bow is also not the most broken gun in the world. It's annoying early game, but honestly, later in the game, it's not too bad. It's not like a day one compact SMG or a drum gun broken, right? It's just going to be a nuisance early game, but maybe you enjoy the boom bow. So if you enjoy it, then it's a good change for you because you know it's a gun you like. And then finally, we're going to talk about vehicles. So we're going to be losing the ATK, which honestly doesn't really matter that much. It's not like the ATK was particularly great, so a little sad it wasn't broken, but oh well. We're also going to be losing the shopping cart, which once again, the shopping cart wasn't good by any means, but it was a fun vehicle, and that's a little unfortunate because these vehicles help you get to zone, but they're not broken. So these are the vehicles I really like, and it's sad that they're gone, but to be fair, are you ever going to take an ATK or quad crasher over a plane, drift, board, or quad crasher? Probably not. So in terms of the meta, it really doesn't shake much up, but the big shakeup is the plane is gone. Do I think the plane was crazy overpowered this season? Honestly, no. I think it was a strong vehicle, but it wasn't something that was ridiculously broken, right? But we're going to be losing the plane, and we're going to be gaining the pirate cannon and the baller. Pirate cannon, nothing broken about the pirate cannon. I do remember there were a lot of bugs with it where it'll shoot you sideways, so be aware that they are, you know, a risk if you use them. But they're a fun vehicle, they're not broken, great to see. The baller is definitely going to be pretty strong. But remember, we're going to have a nerfed baller, so it's only going to have 200 health. So with the baller, I really recommend you consider carrying gliders when you're using a baller. Because if you don't have gliders, you're putting yourself at massive risk of being shredded by a minigun or, you know, an AR and then falling out of the sky. So while I think the baller is going to be a very good vehicle, you have to be careful. Do I think it's going to be quite as useful as the plane? I don't know. Offensively, the baller is less useful, but I don't know. The one thing I like about the plane is that you can get so high in the sky, it's very easy to spot people. The baller, it's going to be harder to do that. So I'd overall say the plane is probably a slightly stronger vehicle in normal modes. If you're playing competitive, we're not talking about competitive, but that may get thrown out the window. But for normal modes, I'd probably say the plane is slightly more useful. But the baller is also a very good vehicle. And again, this is speculation. We're not playing it yet, so I can't say for sure. So in conclusion, I overall think that Season 8 is going to be a massive step forward. I'm really excited for these positive changes to the game. Because honestly, I think Season 7 was a step in the wrong direction. But I'm happy to see Season 8 come. And I hope you're excited too. So, I hope you're excited for Season 8. And I'll catch you in the next one.